Honorable Chairperson. Good afternoon once again, Mr. Matlala.
Up until 18:56.
Thank you so much. Mr. Matlala, maybe let me just start here. You testified earlier that General Nguwa had attended a wedding of a metropolitan executive.
Yes.
Now I know you're telling the truth because I was at that wedding. In fact, I think I spent some time with General Nguwa. Is it your testimony that attending a wedding constitutes corruption?
No, I'm saying the association. If it was me, some general from SAPS attending my wedding, it was going to be a big problem. But because of she attended the wedding of their darling, nothing was ever said about that.
Okay, I'll come back to that because you make some other claims around that. Mr. Matlala, are you an honest man?
Yes, I am.
You're sure you're an honest man?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yesterday when you were testifying, you told us you had 9 children.
Yes.
Are these children with your wife?
Yes, some are with my wife and some are not.
Okay. After you told us you had 9 children, you then said, I take care of all my children. Is that true, Mr. Matlala?
Yes, it's true.
Okay. So why did Ms. Dora Ledile Apo have to get a maintenance order for you to maintain your child?
Because she was making some demands which I couldn't agree with.
Okay, and the maintenance order was granted, right?
Yes.
Are you fulfilling the terms of that maintenance order?
I can't fulfill when I'm here because of my bank is closed.
No, but it was granted. You were supposed to start paying from the 1st of January.
I was paying even.
You was paying until you got here.
I was paying even upfront and I was paying even more.
Okay. And then the child of Ms. Lerato Kola, are you maintaining him?
Yes, I am.
Are you maintaining him?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so it is not true then when we hear that you told Ms. Kola that she may as well just kill that child. You are never going to maintain the child. You don't see the child or anything of that kind.
That is not true. I cannot say that with my child.
So both Ms. Papo and Ms. Kola would not be accurate that you are not maintaining children.
Say that again?
Ms. Kola and Ms. Papo both would be able to testify that you are maintaining the children, Ms. Papo, up until you got into prison.
Yes, they can.
Okay. You also testified that your VIP protection service only had 1 client, Mr. Msibi.
Yes.
Now, I went to the Instagram page of your VIP protection service. There, the company posts happily, Ms. Lolo Mpepi, happy client. There's another beautiful happy client in a fur coat. Miss or Mr, I don't know, Yasir Bells and EJ Matthews, happy clients. Were those not clients of your VIP service?
Yeah, first of all, that is not, my company does not have Instagram page. I know that page it's a fake page. So I don't have Instagram page. I cannot post my clients on Instagram because what we're doing does not even allow us to do that.
So you ran a company, a protection service, separate from the security firm, that literally just ran on 1 client. Mr. Msibi must have been paying a lot.
No, yes, I'm okay. I will elaborate that more. When I say client, remember I've disclosed that I've got clients which are like shopping malls, but that is not VIP protection. That's something else. Schools, construction sites, and other things.
But is VIP protection part of it, or it's a separate
Part
company?
of security, yes.
Within the same company?
So I think when I was referring to client, I was referring for the VIP's protection side.
You also gave evidence yesterday. You were asked about conviction, and I think you've spoken to the issue of conviction many times today, and you said you had 1 conviction.
Yes.
For the possession of stolen goods.
Yes.
Which were a consequence of you buying and selling and what.
Yes.
And you still confirm that that is your only conviction.
Yes, it is.
Now, in the bail appeal to the High Court, the judgment there reflected, I think in paragraph 17, if I'm not mistaken, that it was common cause that you had a previous conviction of housebreaking and theft, and that is what you served 4 years in prison for. That's very different from the possession of stolen goods. So Which is it? Did the court get it wrong?
Yes, I can explain that to you. The goods that I was arrested for, they were from housebreaking. So that's why I was charged for housebreaking, because the goods were from housebreaking.
But what were you convicted of?
Of
Was it
housebreaking.
possession of stolen goods or was it burglary?
Okay, they say on the charge sheet, it was housebreaking and possession of stolen goods.
So you were convicted for burglary.
Yes, I'll say that, yes.
Did you burglar? Is that where you were
I'm
convicted?
saying I bought goods which were from the burglary, then I was convicted for that as well.
Does that seem plausible to you, though, Mr. Matlala, that an entire court would find you guilty of burglary, but when you were just in possession of stolen goods?
No, because I was charged for it. The court will work on what they have on the charge sheet. The charge sheet said, so I was telling that what was I arrested for. So the charge is something else. Even now I'm charged for,
And you were convicted for burglary.
yes.
Okay. And you still maintain you're an honest guy, Mr. Matlala?
That's honesty.
No, it's two separate things that you said that don't speak to one another.
I think I didn't explain further that they can charge you for theft of motor vehicle even though they find you with possession of a stolen car, but they can charge you for theft of it as well.
Let's move on. So I want to ask about this issue of the lease agreement at the police college. Eh? So you got this lease in January 2024. Do you know the date maybe?
No, I don't know the date.
Okay. But let's say, for argument's sake, I mean, there were big days, 2nd of January, right?
I
By the
think
19th of January, you've already instructed your lawyers that they must send a letter to the National Commissioner demanding eviction of, I think it was SAPS members from a building in a SAPS training college. What was the rush?
because I have the lease agreement.
So you wanted to get in quickly, ne?
Come again?
You wanted to get in quickly.
Not to get in quickly. I wanted to occupy it, so no, not quickly.
Okay, you wanted to occupy it. Remind us again, you wanted to do what? You said something about training police who are at the college. Did you have that contract?
I don't need to have a contract. Already they were going to a hospital outside the college to get treatment. So if the hospital was there, I think it is common sense that they wouldn't waste time to go far when they can just get a hospital here.
I'm not sure if public procurement works like that, Mr. Matlala, because if SAPS is going to buy as SAPS, they need to have either a contract with you or, I don't know, were you going the RFQ like you were having in Tembisa? How were they going to buy from you? You said to Honorable Ngola, you are not a tender prophet. So how were they going to buy from you? If I just wake up, I go into a space where SAPS is and I say I am selling water, they're not going to buy from me just because I'm there. So how were you going to get that contract if you were not preparing for the one that you didn't know was coming?
Even now, they don't have a contract with the doctors that are occupying that hospital, but they still go there. Then they get treated, but they don't have a contract with them.
So how are you going to get it? You are just going to go
The same way as
to
this,
the
this
National
doctor.
Commissioner?
No. The same way as those doctors are getting it now, because they see that it's convenient for them to just get medical attention to these doctors that are in their vicinity.
Okay, you said earlier on to Honorable Malema that you took the shares of Medicare 24 Tswane and you placed them in a holding company. Which holding company is that?
You want the name?
Yeah.
It's Cat VIP Holdings.
So it's not Medicare with the white people?
No.
Are you a director shareholder in the Medicare of the white people?
Yes.
You are what exactly?
Not a director.
You are what?
Shareholder.
You're a shareholder then?
Yes.
Okay, so how much of Medicare, the holding company, do you own?
I used to own. I don't own it anymore.
When did you stop owning?
After my arrest.
So you've just recently stopped owning?
Yes. Not owning. I'm saying owning shares.
Yes.
Yes.
How much shares were you owning in Medicare 24?
51%.
And you were not a director there? Explain to me this thing of president. So you are president of this white people's company.
Yes.
No, I just want to know what is that, because you went to great lengths to try and explain this franchise to us and how you were paying them. So you were like paying yourself on the other side. Can you just explain how that relationship worked? So they brought you in, made you president, gave you shares, and then they said, oh, you start your own company so that because you're black, you'll get business. Is that how it worked?
I will pay them for the management because they know about the industry. So their shares, they are worth for that management that they do for the company.
How much of the company did you own?
51%.
So why did you, I mean, if you're a majority shareholder, why did you then think it was necessary to go and open this subsidiary called Medicare Twan?
I've opened it before.
No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I just want you to tell us why you thought you should do that.
It's because of I wanted to help to explore my business on the side by myself.
All right. Then Jerry, you said you didn't do business with Jerry.
No.
Have you ever done business with Jerry?
Yeah, it was that contract in Fort. But it's not business. He said I got a contract with him and then we were sharing the profits.
Okay. Now, you had a business with Jerry, Luxor Africa Brands. What was that about?
Yes, but now I own it myself. Him and it was not only him, it was him and the other friend of ours.
You said you've never done business with Jerry, so I'm just trying to understand. You register a company.
Yes, we were planning to do business. We opened a company because we wanted to do business, but that thing never materialized. And then they resigned, and then it was only me. So we've never done any business.
Okay. Now, when the police went to your house for the raid, they claim that they found the sheet in one of the employees' rooms, which looked very much like the sheet in the videos that were demanding ransom for Jerry. How do you explain that?
I don't need to explain it. I do not even understand how is that possible. Because first of all, this drug kingpin that they claim that I am, I will go to an extra mile of kidnapping someone, but somehow I forgot to arrange a safe house and end up putting someone in my own house where there is staff, there is children, there is my wife. What if they see that person there? So it's easy, it will easy for them to go to the police. So that thing that they're saying, I see what they are up to, but it does not make sense to me.
So the correct way to do it would have been to put him in a safe house.
But it does not make sense. How can you kidnap someone and stay with him in your own house? It does not make sense, that thing.
How I understand it, Mr. Matlala, is that in one of your employees' rooms, there's a curtain that closes the window. That curtain is a sheet that is torn, the way that it's wrapped and whatever, is very much like where Jerry was. Now, I'm asking you, when you are told that this is where Jerry was, not what you should have done, safe house, when you are told, your view is what? This sheet maybe just looks like the other sheet?
I don't even think, I don't know, because I've never went to that room, but the people who are saying those things, from them, that is expected. There is a lot of things that I can share with you now, if you don't mind, to show you how, to which length they will go to try to implicate me to things that I did not commit.
No, maybe if I still have time, we'll come back to that.
Yes.
So, Brian Mkhotz, has he ever done anything that has checked out? No? I get it, you started giving this guy money, you're giving him money up until 150 to 200,000. Did he ever do anything that made you trust him and think, yeah, let me give him more money? I mean, already he hasn't delivered Minister Mchunu. Okay, so he didn't. No? Now, you said at some point that Minister Cele asked you how you got the contract.
Yes.
And you said you think that he was shocked by that, which I take it to mean that Minister Cele would not have been involved in you getting the contract. But then you then say, I'm not sure who says this to you, that Minister Mchunu tried to backtrack on cancelling the contract. Do you remember saying that?
Yes.
Okay, how did he do this? Because this is the first time we're hearing that Minister Mchunu tried to backtrack.
I'm saying that's what I heard from General Mkhwanazi.
Okay, and okay, he never testified that to us, and he didn't say to you how. So in these wars, these Zulu wars, it's possible that General Mkhwanazi is also just part of the war and saying things that, you know, he doesn't repeat in front of us about Minister Mchunu.
I don't know, but I'm just saying that that's what I heard from him. Then when there was in the police summit somewhere in Emperor's Palace.
Right. I'm going to ask you just very quickly because I'm really interested in this issue of this Rolex. Was the Rolex stolen or not?
Yes, it was stolen.
Okay. So did General Sibiya say to you, go open the contract? Because, I mean, the case,
No,
because that's the testimony we have.
That is not true.
So you didn't open this case about a stolen Rolex because General Sibiya said it, nor did General Sibiya write the affidavit.
No, that is not true.
When you meet with Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi at the Pearls of Mhlanga, why did you want the Hawks head Senona at the meeting with you?
Because I just thought, because he's in KZN, and then they both work together, maybe he might be comfortable with someone that he knows. I didn't want to go there by myself.
Who was supposed to be comfortable, you or General Mkhwanazi?
I'm saying General Mkhwana, I didn't want to go and meet him by myself. So I thought going with someone. Then I asked Mr. Cele that he must ask if I can bring someone, and then he asked who, and then I mentioned General Senona.
So what is your relationship with General Senona that, you know, you would feel protected when he's there?
He's like a big brother to me.
So you get in there with General Senona, you meet with General Mkhwanazi, you tell him what your issues are. Then he says, oh, okay, no, the first thing that he talks about is that he needs you to, what? Okay, you say on paragraph 128, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi said he'll help you with your contract flow, but you needed to cooperate, ne? Because he was very close to General Nkua, who oversaw your contract. So what did you understand by him saying you needed to cooperate?
He explained further, but I understood that he said I need to give also them money so that they can work with me.
So are you accusing General Mkhwanazi of also seeking to extort money from you?
Not him. I'm saying he said I must work with General Nkua.
Okay, let me rephrase. Are you accusing General Mkhwanazi of encouraging you to do corruption?
I'm not accusing him. That's what he told me.
Now, you then further, on paragraph 129, General Mkhwanazi is still on General Nkua. You say that General Mkhwanazi told you that General Nkua is possibly corrupt, she's got properties and things like that. From your evidence there, when you mention these properties that have been turned into B&Bs and what, would you say in Mhlambi the value of those things is over 100,000 rand?
Yes.
So section 34 of the Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act, right, imposes a duty on certain individuals to report corruption, fraud, theft, forgery, artery, etc. if the value involved is 100,000 rand or more. This particular section applies to individuals in a position of authority who know or suspect that these offenses have been committed, and failure to report is a criminal offense. I'm asking you now, are you saying General Mkhwanazi knew that General Nkua is corrupt, however, he did not fulfill his duty to report such corruption?
I'm saying General Mkhwanazi told me that General Nkua is getting money from the service provider that she was working with. And then she was even buying properties that she cannot afford.
So arguably then General Mkhwanazi himself is guilty of a crime of not reporting. I've read to you section 34 of PRECA.
Yes, I hear you.
Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi withdrew an allegation he had made against former Minister Cele, that Minister Cele provided you with banking details. Because we don't know what to believe anymore now. Did Minister Cele at any point provide you with banking details for the payment of any monies?
No, he never gave me any banking details.
On the 7th of February 2025, I'm just not sure where it is in the witness bundle, you sent a message to your friend, Mr. Mike Van Wyk. It's one of our friends, from our Mlungus from Medicare, Mr. Mike Van Wyk.
You said when?
7th of February this year. Okay. You sent a message to Mr. Van Wyk, which contained extracts of an article about the arrest of the National Commissioner and Lieutenant General Kumar. Mr. Van Wyk then responds to you by saying not good. And then you respond by saying, it's actually good. My person is going to be the National Commissioner now. This is something that also General Mkhwanazi had testified about. Now, just to be sure, because your phone was tampered with, do you remember these messages?
No, I don't.
So are you disowning these messages?
Yes.
Let's assume that you know these messages are there, because I'm interested. Who would have been your person in this instance?
No, I don't know that message. I cannot even assume.
You cannot even assume. Okay. Maybe my final question, Mr. Matlala. Okay, I've got 4 minutes, so I'll ask this one very quick. Ekurulen, your friend there, Mr. Julius Mkhwanazi, you said you donated these cars. When was this?
I forgot the period. I think 2023. I think 2023 or 22. I'm not sure. I forgot.
What was the process that was followed for the donation?
I sent a letter of donation, and then they accepted the letter, and then that's when I donated the letters.
Did the municipality acknowledge, did they declare in their financial statements the donation, anything of that kind? There is a process. Did they accept, did they send you a letter accepting the donation?
Yes, those letters actually, they are with IPID because they came to my office to do the investigation. Okay. So you can confirm that with IPID.
So there are letters
yes.
Accepting.
And also the rejection letter when they said, no, you need to fetch your cars back, to send me a letter.
Okay. So, and who wrote those letters? Would it have been the city manager?
I forgot.
So you testified that you've got special forces and task teams as part of your entourage. Do you have any other policemen or women on your payroll?
Payroll meaning
you pay regularly.
Who works for me?
That you pay. They don't, yeah, they would work for you in different ways. Do you have other policemen that you have on your payroll?
Who are still in the police force or who works for me? I want to understand that.
Who are still in the police force that you regularly give money to? Okay. Let me stop there. Thank you very much, Chairperson. Thank you, Mr. Matlala.
Thank you.
Good.
No, thanks, Chair.
Until 20 past 7.
Until 20 past. Thanks, Chair. I think, Mr. Matlala, I want us to start by dealing with what appears to me, and I'm sure maybe other South Africans, as very strange coincidences. You know, coincidence is possible, but some of the coincidences become very strange when they assume a particular party. I'm going to enlist those coincidences and ask you to comment on them. The first one is that you have a problem with your tender, whatever the nature of the problem was. And then you decide to Google the details of Lt-Gen Shadrack Sibiya. And you get hold of him and you arrive, the man is an acting national commissioner. That's coincidence number one. The second coincidence is that your wife attended a party that you don't know. You don't know he's going to the party. And then suddenly she becomes unwell. You decide that she says, please come and fetch me. I mean, you're a highly guided man. You are followed by a big entourage. But you decide on that day, I'm going to Uber. Never mind my security situation. I'm going to Uber and get to the place where my wife is. And in your statement, you're saying your wife had said, please come because I'm not well after having taken some few glasses of champagne. But when you got there, she said, no, don't rush. Don't rush, baby. Let me finish my other classes. And you stay. And upon you staying, you then recognize that, by the way, this is a party of a General Sibiya's child. What a coincidence again. And then the other coincidence is that you get a contract, a Brigadier Netengwe, who happens to have participated in the BAC as well as the other committee of adjudication. A day after you are awarded, he walks into your company. And then he says, you know, my niece is in deep crisis. Please employ my niece. You employ the niece immediately. All of these things, what message should they be communicating? How do you explain these coincidences yourself? This is just a God-given situation. It could have happened to anyone, and in this case, it was me. How do you explain this coincidence in a rational way that South Africans can understand in the way that I suppose you do?
Okay, the first one is I didn't have a problem with a tender. It was a lease agreement for the hospital. It was not a tender when I went to meet him with General Sibiya. So it had nothing to do with the tender at that time. So, and then he was the head of the detectives. So I don't think it could be a coincidence because of you'll only find one head of detectives. So it was him. So whether he was acting as a national commissioner by then, it didn't change that he was still a head of the detectives. And my wife, when I said I went to fetch her, it was very late. So my protectors had already knocked off. To call them to come back, I think for me it will waste time. So that's why I just decided to take an Uber to go fetch her. And Mr. Netengwe, I wouldn't even mention him in my affidavit if I had something to do with me, if I'm the one who initiated to hire his niece. So I mentioned it because of also, it came to me as an instruction more than a request to hire his niece.
Why would it be an instruction?
I'm not saying it was an instruction, but it appeared to me as if, not in directly, but it appeared to me as if I'm telling you that you hire my niece, but not in like, you know, someone will tell you things, but not in so many ways, but you can pick up between the lines that this guy is saying something.
So why does it have to happen a day after your contract has been, just a day after it is awarded? So it's coincidental that this instruction came to this brigadier on that day.
He was the contract manager. I think he still is.
The point I want to drive home is that this exemplifies a particular coordination in which you and these other police officers are engaged on. That's my own conclusion, because I cannot understand very well the coincidences, the way in which they have occurred.
Yes.
Now, when you went to give a lift to your wife on the Uber, she was not well.
Not well, sick, because I'm saying she had too many glasses of champagne.
Okay, so the reason why she needed to call you was because she had
She didn't want to drive back herself.
by herself so that she drives with you.
Yes.
So that is the reason why when you arrived, you couldn't immediately leave. You had to stay because she needed to take a bit of other classes. What would you say to the person who says, you know, the main reason why you had to remain was because another coincidence was about to happen, that Sibiya was going to walk in. You had to wait for this coincidence because you enter into a venue, somebody's party is taking place, your wife was not directly invited by the people who are responsible for it. You discover upon your arrival is Sibiya's son, and then the wife says, baby, don't leave. I want to take a bit more again. And while you are waiting, and Sibiya walks in. Is that a pure coincidence?
How can that be a coincidence? Because that is his house. So obviously I will find you in your own house. So there is no way that you'll hide because of now I'm around. He was entertaining his guests, so he will be around.
So would it be correct to conclude that you and Sibiya have a potentially stronger bond than what the South African nation may know?
No, we don't have.
Okay. Now, on paragraph 72, now this was a paragraph 72 of the unsigned version. So I'm going to explain what it means so that I don't have to worry, check on the new one. I'll give you the background. The point you are making there is that the allegation that you were funding a campaign for Minister Mchunu are unfounded because you couldn't have engaged on such an exercise given the fact that you had known who Brown Mohoti for a very short period of time. Now, that is not my main issue. My main issue is that because you are demonstrating that you don't give money to a person or for a cause that you have met a person on a very short period of time. But from your own information, you met former Minister Cele, and in less than 3 months, money was paid. How do we read that?
Because there was service delivery.
Was a service delivery. You remember that you have told us that actually you were supposed to pay him R1 million.
Yes.
So you owe him $500,000. Now, why do you call him an extortionist when you have entered into a deal with him in which you are supposed to pay R1 million and you have only paid half of it?
Because he was demanding for more than $1 million.
But why did you not go to $1 million and say, no, Chief, we can't proceed now because the deal has come to an end? And then instead you're calling him an extortionist. That
was a toxic relationship, what I can tell you. So from the meeting that I had with him, I could see that this is very toxic.
So you decided to betray the commitment you and him had entered into?
Come again?
You decided to betray the commitment that the two of you had entered into?
No, it's not betraying. I think the intentions was malicious because I came from a meeting where he coordinated and then I was threatened to be arrested and then I was not comfortable. There was a lot of things that are happening which I was not comfortable with.
When you met with Mkwanas, you have led us to believe that the meeting with Mkwanas was initiated by former Minister Cele.
Yes.
In order to assist you.
Yes.
Now you arrive in a meeting and you discover that it's actually you who must assist Mkwanas more than him assisting. Did you go back to Cele and say, you have sent me to the wrong man?
No, I didn't say that because at that point I did not know that what he promised from his side, he will do it or not. So I didn't
but why don't you, is it not natural that you get into a meeting, you are told you are going to meet with so and so and this is the agenda, and the agenda is, you find there's upside down? Is it not normal that you must go back to the coordinator and say, but Chief, what we have coordinated here is wrong? That should be normal. Why were you not doing it?
No, I wanted to see the outcomes of it first.
Never mind whether the agenda has changed.
No, the agenda did not change.
No, but you are saying here now you went to Mkwanazi to get assisted, only to discover that upon arriving there, the conversation was about him more than you being assisted. Because
No,
when you left the meeting with him, you also had a mandate from him, which you diligently executed until you failed.
I'm saying I told him from my side what I've wanted, but there was an additional request from his side.
The head of Hawks, General Senona, what was his role in that meeting? Is he, am I right? He or she?
He.
Senona, is he?
He.
What was his role in the meeting with you and Mkwanas?
I asked him to accompany me there.
And then what did he do in the meeting?
He said, and then he was drinking whiskey.
He said and was just drinking whiskey.
Yes.
Never said anything. Never asked a question. Never anything in the meeting except just enjoying the whiskey. Nothing.
No, I told Mr. Mkonazi that I will pass the message to Mr. Sonora and then he will tell him if I'm winning or not.
No, I understand that. But here you are in the meeting with the three men, the two other men who are not here. And the conversation is only between you and Mkwanas. The other one is just sipping whiskey.
Yes.
That's all that was his participation until you left.
Yes, yeah, he didn't engage, yes.
Okay. How did your wife travel to the Sibiya Sunny's event? Was driving herself? She doesn't get driven by this big entourage of security you have.
She was driving.
She was driving herself.
Yes.
Now, you went to Zimbabwe in one of your meetings with former Minister Cele. That's correct.
Yes.
Now you get into the gate there, the code is required. Now I know that place, that when you get there, you need a code. You then decide that you are not going to call the person whose place you are going to use in the meeting, but you are going to call Hangwan. Why? To give you access. Because Hangwan is not there and you are not going to his place.
No, I said I couldn't get access to the codes. I had problems getting the codes, and then I asked Hangwan because he also has a house in Zimbabwe to open up for me.
Okay, where were you supposed to access the code?
Come again?
Where were you supposed to access the code?
From my house.
Also in Zimbabwe is your house where you were meeting.
I've got a house, yes.
So you were meeting in your house?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were meeting at somebody's house.
No.
And then Hangwan has a house as well, but got the details from him. In paragraph 146, I'll summarize it as well for you. You don't have to go there. You are talking about a visit in Cimex here, and where the police officers are said to have engaged in a wrong practice. From what you are saying, I'm paraphrasing you, to engage a particular man, and they came with a computer. You know that story?
Yes, yes.
Are you comfortable to tell us who's that man?
Yes, I am.
Who's that man?
His name is Jermaine Prim.
Jermaine
Prim.
Is he serving a sentence or still attending?
Today he went to court, but he's on a waiting trial.
He's on a waiting trial. And then is the one who came to you to give you this report?
No, after I heard that voice recording, I was complaining. Then I said, hey, you know, I heard this thing. And he said to me, hey, you know, actually, this is strange. There are people who came here, ask me how this voice manipulation technology works. And then
Why? Have you had any dealings with him before?
With who?
Jermaine.
Dealings?
Anything? Is a person you know very well and trust? And
No, I know him because I met him there.
so it's another prison.
Yes.
But only on this matter, because he's talking about you, you trusted him wholeheartedly. That those people who came are actually from the police.
They are from the police.
They are from the police?
Yes. They are the people who are investigating my case.
So I'm saying you took his word on that, or the police have also confirmed that actually we did come.
No, they did not confirm, obviously, but I know, and I can give the date and then if the committee wants to, they can go and check with the video footage from CMAX. There's 24-hour surveillance camera there.
Okay. The 5 million you were willing to pay as part of the contribution to get your friend Jerry out, who were you going to pay to?
I was going to pay to Jerry's wife.
So for her to pay to who?
To the people who demanded money.
So there were people who were in contact with the family
Yes.
and looking for 10 million rand.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I think somebody asked this question, but I just want to further clarify it, help for you to help us to clarify it. Your knowledge of your friend being involved on something that has got to do with drugs. To what extent are you honest and open to each other as friends? I mean, under normal circumstances, my friends will talk to each other openly, including to guide each other away from dangers that may be visited on us as individuals as well as our families, because we should be having an ambition to grow up and to raise our families as well to the level at which it could be possible in life. So in that way, we should be treating each other in a true sense of being brothers and friends. And I wouldn't expect, I can't keep quiet when a friend of mine is involved in drugs. So how far do you go with your friends, or in this case, maybe with Jerry, on matters like that?
I taught myself that I must not judge people. I will only advise, but if you want to do whatever you want to do, then that is up to you.
So that is your own approach to how you engage with your friends.
Yes.
You leave them to do what they want to do. So are you not worried, Mr. Matlala? Because you know there is an understanding that at times people who are not close to us, they get to understand us better on the basis of the company we keep. Are you not worried that if you keep a company of friends, or one amongst them, who engages in activities that are not honorable, if I put it that way, that has an impact on your own standing and reputation?
Yeah, but I do not understand. Is that a question?
Yes. Are you not worried? My question is, are you not worried that the company you keep might have a negative impact on your image and standing?
No, I don't think people who are mentally matured enough, they will judge me based of my association.
Do you think so? Do you think that's how normal life works? Do you think that if I'm walking around every day, me, with the people who are drug dealers, they're my friends, the company I keep, we drink together, we go to clubs together, the population is going to say, the drug dealers are these other ones. This one, no, it's not.
But
is that how society functions?
I'm saying this because of they might not know what are you saying to this guy. Maybe you are trying to rehabilitate him or something. They don't know that because of what you say. When you talk to him, they are not there. So they don't know what is your business with him.
Yeah, they would not know. But in your case, we know that your business with him was to keep quiet and not to advise him against doing something that places his life and maybe that of his family at a greater risk. In your case, we know.
You know what?
We know because you have told us that you did not say anything to advise him against, on the basis that you live your own life and let them live their own life.
Obviously, first time when I find out, I will ask that what's in for you, why are you doing this? But then you tell me that a man got to do what a man's got to do to survive. So I cannot give you money. So whatever you want to do, and then if I say stop this, then you will end up asking money from me. So you'll do whatever you want to do, but you'll, at the end of the day, you will see that what you're doing is not good or is good.
So if they don't heed your advice and proceed on the wrong footing, such as the one that we're talking about, you proceed with your life and not do anything.
There's nothing I can do, unfortunately.
No, you can. I mean, you can stop being a friend. Friendship is not compulsory. It's a choice we make because of common values, and the fact that we may have grown together, or like me, and we are in the same organization together. It's a choice we make. Friendship is a choice, not compulsory.
Yes, I agree.
You agree?
Yes.
But when you choose to keep a friend, even if the friend is engaged on a practice that you know in terms of the law is illegal. Because there's a contradiction there, Mr. Matlala. I will allow you to comment on it. Because earlier on you told us that the reason you resign your directorship on the company that were awarded a tender by SAPS was precisely because you were concerned that its image may be dented by the fact that your name is associated with certain things which are negative.
Yes, that's correct.
So when I heard you saying that, I concluded in my mind that this is a man of integrity who cares about his reputation, not just to himself, including how the nation perceives him. But now how do I reconcile that with the fact that the same man, same sentence, how do I square a cycle on that issue? Same man, same sentence, I will stay with you, my friend. Never mind your drug dealing, but you are my friend.
But I cannot compare a person with an entity. Then an entity, I have a choice to resign and then sort whatever I need to sort out. But a person, I wouldn't say he's a bad person because of what is.
Sorry, you can go ahead.
Now I'm saying I wouldn't now want to judge you because of what you're doing. But my business, I have a choice that I can, because it's my business. But I cannot tell you that stop doing this, because of now you will tell me, okay, I'm stopping this, give me the same money that I was making.
And then that's not a good friend. The next thing I will say, I'm stopping the friendship. Because if we are honest to one another and we are good friends, we are family men. I mean, you're a family man, you've got a wife, you've got kids, you've got profound responsibilities, not just to your own, to yourself, but to the family in its entirety. So it's incumbent upon you to say to somebody that drags your name into a direction that will endanger that future, to say, no, I can't stay with you. It's not compulsory for me to be a friend with somebody. Never mind, even if we grew up together, we'll spend years together. But if you take a route that is the one that we are talking about, I'm perfectly entitled to say, no, let's stop. Now, I'm asking myself, because we can't even get evidence where you would say, no, I went to a common friend. We've got a common friend. We realize that this friend of ours is engaged on a dangerous terrain. I went to this other one to say, help me to persuade this man away from this thing. Why would two friends not do that to one another?
Yes, I hear you.
You agree with me that it's not normal that
Yes.
two friends would not do that to one another.
No, I agree with you.
Okay. Now, the other issue that kept me worried, Mr. Matlala, and it kept me worried because it communicated a message of a person in you who has a capacity to falsify information without pressure. Cele comes to visit your place. He's going to stay there. There's no pressure there. There's no pressure for you to say to people, that's my business associate. I mean, somebody's coming to my place. Whoever that is going to be at the gate has got nothing to do with that. They must give the key
Yes.
to the person themselves. Why would you have a pressure to cook up a particular relationship with God?
It was not pressure.
Yes, I know you were not under pressure. That's what worries me. Because on these other things you have explained to us and we have understood. You have acted in certain instances on the basis of pressure that you are subjected to. You remember you've been saying that. But here there's no pressure. Why do you make a choice of for a lack of a better word and with respect, of telling a lie? And I'm saying that with respect.
Yes, yeah.
Why does that
I think that's what came out of my mind at that moment.
Even without any pledge?
Come again?
Obviously, without any pledge. You just decided that I'm just going to falsify this information.
No, I didn't want them to ask questions that why is the former police minister doing here?
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying, but this is your house. In any case, they will see him, that is him. No matter how you have classified the relationship,
Yes.
they will still see it's him. So I would have expected that you will say, give the key to Mr. Cele is going to be there, and leave it at that point. You know why that issue about the ability to change things without pressure, you know where it becomes a problem. At some point, we are going to have to interact, as Mr. Malema was asking earlier on. At some point, we are going to have to contend with two versions of the information before us. You having given General Cele money, him saying that I didn't get it. And without us having the recordings, as you were saying, you answered the question, some of them get deleted after some times, without us getting that information to firm up your evidence. It means our conclusion will be based on probabilities, among others, on the basis of the extent to which we think we can rely on your evidence because of your ability to say things right and wrong. Do you see that we'll have to take that position? Do you think it would be fair for us to take that position?
Yeah, I hear you, but unfortunately, I do not have any evidence that I can back my statement. So I think maybe my witnesses for the in Beverly Hills, because I was with my protectors at that day. So I think that maybe, or even maybe if you can check maybe the footage that side.
So it means you will forgive us if we conclude that we've listened to Cele, we've listened to you, you gave him money, he says I didn't get money. So you'll forgive us when we come to a conclusion that based on other things that Mr. Matlala said, and his ability to communicate false information even when not under pressure, it's possible that even in this case, he's not telling us the truth. You'll forgive us if we make that conclusion.
I think at the end of the day, it's your choice to whether you believe or not, but I'm just telling you what happened, and then I do not have a reason to lie over that. So if I wanted to lie, I would have said I've also paid General Mkonazi money, and I've never said that. So I was saying what actually happened. So if I wanted to lie, I could have implicated other people.
Yeah, but I'm just asking, you will understand us if we make a conclusion like that based on our interaction with you on other matters.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That at the end of the day, the choice it needs to come from you.
Okay. My last question, Mr. Matlala, has to do with your security. The former task force or the ones who are from the South African National Defence Force. Do you recruit? Okay, were they recruited while still in service of the nation and abandoned that part to come and work for you, or you got them when they've retired from the South African National Defence Force?
Some I got them when they retired from the Defence Force, but now these people, they will recruit each other because hey, there is good money there. Let's go there. And you'll find that someone say, hey, I'm going to resign from my job and come here.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thanks, Mr. Matlala.
Thank you so much. It's exactly 20 past. Honorable Skosana.